Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Voice of English. I'm so happy you're here today because we have a long and exciting story that will help you practice your English in a natural and fun way. This episode is special. It's not only a story, but also a chance for you to practice shadowing, repeating useful travel phrases, and learning vocabulary step by step. If you stay with me until the end, you'll feel more confident speaking English when you travel, and you'll also pick up some cultural tips that will make your journey smoother. So let's begin. Today's story is about Maya. Maya is traveling by train to visit her grandmother in a town called Lakeside. It's her first time traveling alone, and she feels a mix of excitement and nervousness. The story has some funny, awkward, and even embarrassing moments, but that's what makes it both entertaining and useful for learning English. It's early in the morning, and Maya arrives at the big city train station. The ceiling is high, the floor is shiny, and hundreds of people are rushing around with their suitcases. Announcements echo over the loudspeakers. Maya takes a deep breath and whispers to herself, "Okay, Maya, you can do this." She pulls her ticket out of her pocket and looks at the digital board. Her train says Lakeside departure at 9:30. Platform 7. She repeats to herself, Platform 7, 9:30. Don't forget. Saying it out loud helps her remember. While waiting, Maya buys a coffee and a sandwich. Her phone buzzes. It's a message from her best friend. Good luck on your trip. Send me pictures. Maya smiles and feels a little more relaxed. But just then, another announcement comes through the speakers. The 9:15 train to Riverside will depart from Platform 7. Maya frowns. Wait a second. Her train is also leaving from Platform 7. Is this the same train or a different one? She feels confused and asks a man standing nearby, "Excuse me, is this the train to Lakeside?" The man shrugs and replies, "Sorry, I'm going to Riverside." Maya sighs. She doesn't want to make a mistake, but she also doesn't want to miss her train. At 9:15, a train pulls into Platform 7. People start boarding quickly. Maya feels nervous but thinks, maybe this is just the early boarding for Lakeside. Without being completely sure, she follows the crowd, finds her seat, 12A, by the window and sits down. An older woman sits next to her in seat 12B. She smiles kindly, and Maya feels a little better. The train begins to move. Maya takes a sip of coffee and finally relaxes, but only for a moment. Soon, the ticket inspector walks down the aisle. "Tickets, please," he says. Maya hands him her ticket. He looks at it carefully, then shakes his head. "I'm sorry, miss, but this is the wrong train. You're going to Riverside. Your ticket is for Lakeside." Maya's heart sinks. She whispers to herself, "What? The wrong train?" Her face turns red. She feels embarrassed and mumbles, "Oh no, I can't believe I made this mistake." But the older woman beside her gently pats her arm and says, "Don't worry, dear. It happens. You can get off at the next station and switch trains." Her kind words make Maya feel a little better. She smiles weakly and says, "Thank you so much. I feel really embarrassed." The woman laughs softly. Traveling always has surprises. This is just one of them. When the train stops at Riverside Central, Maya steps off. The platform is quieter than the big city station, and she feels a little lost. She spots a staff member in uniform and approaches him nervously. "Excuse me, can you help me? I got on the wrong train." The staff member smiles and says, "Of course. Can I see your ticket?" Maya shows it to him, and he points her toward another platform. "Your correct train to Lakeside leaves from platform 2 in 15 minutes. Maya breathes a sigh of relief. "Thank you so much," she says. Now Maya has to wait again. She sits down in the waiting room, and a young traveler next to her strikes up a conversation. "First time traveling alone?" he asks with a smile. Maya laughs and says, "Yes, and I already made a big mistake." The traveler chuckles. "Don't worry. I once got on the wrong bus and ended up in another city." They laugh together, and Maya feels less embarrassed. She realizes that everyone makes mistakes while traveling, and that's okay. Finally, Maya's correct train arrives. This time she double-checks everything: the sign, the platform, the time. She says to herself, "Platform 2, 10:15 Lakeside." Always double-check. She boards the train, sits down, and finally feels at peace. After a smooth ride, the train arrives at Lakeside. Maya steps off and sees her grandmother waiting with open arms. They hug tightly. Her grandmother asks, "How was your trip?" Maya laughs and replies, "It was an adventure. I took the wrong train." Her grandmother laughs too and says, "Well, now you have a story to tell." So, what can we learn from Maya's story? First, always double-check your train or bus before you get on. Second, mistakes happen, and that's okay. Third, people are often kinder than we expect. The woman on the train, the staff member, and even the fellow traveler in the waiting room all helped Maya feel less embarrassed. Now, let's practice some of the useful phrases from this story. Repeat after me. "Excuse me, is this the train to Lakeside?" Good. Again. "Excuse me, is this the train to Lakeside?" Another phrase, "I think I'm on the wrong train." Let's say it together slowly. "I think I'm on the wrong train." Very good. Another one, "Can you help me find the right platform?" One more time. "Can you help me find the right platform?" And finally, "Thank you so much for your help." Perfect. Let's also review some vocabulary. The word platform is the place where passengers wait for the train. For example, my train leaves from platform 7. Another word is ticket inspector, the person who checks your ticket on the train. For example, the ticket inspector asked to see my ticket. Next is announcement, the official message you hear on the loudspeakers. For example, the announcement said my train was delayed. Another useful phrase is switch trains, which means to change from one train to another. For example, I had to switch trains at Riverside. And finally, double check, which means to check something again to be sure. For example, I always double check the train number before I get on. So, my friends, today you practice listening, shadowing, repeating phrases, learning vocabulary, and even role-playing real travel conversations. That's a lot of progress in one lesson. Remember, learning English is not just about grammar, it's about real-life communication, making mistakes and learning from them. Just like Maya, you may feel embarrassed sometimes, but every mistake is an opportunity to grow. Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this story and practice, don't forget to listen again. The more you repeat, the more confident you will become. And don't forget to subscribe to Voice of English for more stories, practice, and motivation. Until next time, keep practicing, stay positive, and enjoy every step of your English journey. Goodbye for now.